start the new chapter, that is of third unit, that is human health and disease. Now in this chapter we'll discuss some topics like health, disease, then requirements of good health, need of why good health is beneficiary, what are the advantages, then the disease, what are disease, different types of disease, then the infectious, non-infectious disease, different agents which are responsible for different types of disease, then after immunity, types of immunity in our body, then some disease like cancer, AIDS, then different types of pathogens, their each and every disease in detail, that is due to their mode of spreading, then how the pathogen spreads the disease in our body, their incubation period, what are the symptoms arise in that particular disease, and then their treatment, their prevention and cure. And at last we'll also study about drug and alcohol abuse in our society. Then now we'll start with the topic health. Now what is the meaning of this term health or healthy people? That is complete physical, mental and social well-being. That means person should be completely fit from its body, that is physically, then mentally, then social well-being, that person should be adjustable with others in the society. All these things he or she should be free from any type of anxiety as well as social tension. So all these things should be there, then the person will be healthy. Otherwise persons are physically healthy but may not be mentally or may not be socially. So they are not called as the healthy person. So healthy should be from the physically, mentally and socially, all the point of view. Now what are the requirements of good health? How the person can be healthy? So far there are some requirements, and that requirements are needs. We will discuss one by one. Now balanced diet. Balanced diet means that the balanced diet will be vary from person to person depending upon his age, his stage, all these things, then body structure, all these things will be different for all the different person. So balanced diet should be there. The diet should mention all the nutrients in the food, that is carbohydrate, fat, protein, different types of vitamins, minerals in appropriate amount according to the need of that particular person. Then hygiene. Hygiene should be maintained, that is personal hygiene as well as hygiene of the domestic, that is the household activities, that utensils, all the things near inside the house, as well as the surrounding nearby the house. So hygiene of personal, surrounding, domestic should be maintained, and that will help the person to get any type of infection, etc. Then regular exercise, that is different types of yoga, then physical exercise, that should be on regular basis, and that will prevent the person from any type of tension or any type of disease, etc. That can provide us the immunity power also, so that we will be healthy. Then knowledge of disease and protection from infection. The person should be aware about different types of disease, different types of cause of disease, then how we can prevent us from different types of disorders, disease, infections. So all these knowledge, awareness should be there, and that should be given to the children also. Now vaccination, or this is required for immunization. So vaccination should be there for particular disease to everyone time to time, so that we will be getting the immunity against that particular disease, and we can prevent us from those infections. Then protection of edibles, water from contamination. So then protection of our house, nearby house, etc. also. protection from vectors. So all these should be there to protect our surrounding, protect our food, because so many diseases are there which are through our food, contaminated food, water, especially the disease which are occurring in the attacking our digestive system. So all that those can be prevented. Then non-use of tobacco, alcohol, drugs, etc. That is, these are the good habits. We should not use the tobacco, alcohol, drugs, etc. So, and we should keep our lifestyle healthy lifestyle, and we should inculcate good habits so that we can be healthy. We will be healthy, and healthy person is the asset for his family, for the society, for the country. So all these things are the requirement for good health. Now what are the advantages of good health? The healthy person will be more efficient. It will show the efficiency of that person. That's why the productivity will be increased, and although productivity, that personality of that particular person will be handsome, good. Then MMR, IMR. MMR means the mother mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, and I is the infant mortality rate. So mortality rate of infant and mother, that is the maternal, should be lower down. Then longevity of the life, long life, and the family life will be healthy, and that will be the asset for the country, society. So these are the advantages. Only the healthy people can live healthy, keep healthy, and all the and it will give its productivity for the development of the society, his family, country, etc. Now, the person Hippocrates, known as the father of medicine, and the father of blood circulation is William Harvey. We are discussing these two names because we are going to discuss about the disease, different types of disease and different types of medicines. Now disease, this consists of two terms, that is dis-ease or discomfort of the body. Due to any reason we are not feeling comfort, that's why it is known as disease. The disease are of different types, that is congenital, acquired. Congenital means when it is acquired from the birth time itself. That's why it is due to the genetic factor. That's why it is known as congenital disease. For example, color blindness, hemophilia, etc. Different types of disorders which occurs in our genetic makeup, and due to that we are getting some disease disorders, that is known as congenital. Then acquired. Acquired means the disease which we are getting during lifetime. It is not present from the birth time, and that is of two types, that is infectious and non-infectious. Now infectious means infection through different types of vectors, different types of agents which are responsible for this disease, and non-infectious like which are not this is non-communicable from person to person or from any vector. These are some examples are deficiency disease, like due to the deficiency of some minerals, some vitamins or the nutrients, we are getting some disease. Then due to the allergy or degradation of the body parts, so these are coming due to the disorders in the metabolism of our body. So these are comes under the non-infectious. For example, cancer. Then different types of disease like color blind, that night blindness, beriberi, etc. Then minerals, that osteoporosis. So these are the diabetes which are not non-communicable or non-infectious, but the infectious one is due to the infection from the infectious person to the healthy person, or through the vectors, and the disease causing agents are the pathogens, different types of pathogens. In our syllabus, we will study about different types of pathogens, that is bacterial disease, viral, fungal, then worms, that is helminthic, as well as protozoal disease. Now in bacterial, we have to do two, that is typhoid, pneumonia, then viral, cold and cough, dengue, chikungunya, then helminthic, filariasis and ascariasis, and protozoal, that is malaria and amoebiasis, that will discuss through the PowerPoint. Now, for all these diseases, we'll discuss the following points, that is pathogen, name of the pathogen which is responsible for the particular disease, then their mode of transmission, how these disease are this disease occurs in our body, how it is spreading, then symptoms, what symptoms arise in that particular disease in our body, in our life, then what are the incubation period of that particular pathogen, then prevention and cure and treatment, how can we prevent that particular disease, and what are the treatment, what are the diagnostic methods, that we will discuss one by one for all the disease. Now, incubation period means the period when the duration of getting entry of that pathogen in our body and arising of the symptom. In that period, that period is known as incubation period. Now we will discuss one by one all the disease. That is, we will start with the bacterial disease, that is typhoid.
In this slide, we can see the definition of a healthy person. A healthy person is who is healthy from all the aspect of life, that is physical, emotional, social, spiritual and mental. And to maintain such a healthy person, we should maintain by different types of exercise, regular exercise, then sensible eating, successful relationship, then fulfillment of different types of work in life, then lack of stress and peace with themselves. So all these things should be there to be a healthy person. In this slide, we can see the definition of the mental health and social health. Now here, the person should be healthy from all the aspect of life, then only he is said to be healthy. As a social, for the social healthiness, we can say the quality of the relationship with friends, family, teachers and others, which should be good, then only the person is known to be socially healthy. So he or she should adjust with all. Now the mentally healthy person should be who is comfortable with himself or herself, should be self confident and able to stand in every failures also, then to control his emotions of anxiety, anger, depression, fear, etc., and should be responsible or loving and trusting, as well as should be able to adapt themselves in the society. The person should be capable of working, solving different types of problems of life and accepting the challenges, stressful situations, etc. Then only he or she should be a healthy person. In this slide, we can see different tips for being a healthy person. That is, some are the common healthy tips that we should take: contaminated free, balanced diet, then regular exercise, get vaccination, then lead a healthy life, that is lifestyle should be healthy, that means free of any type of alcohol, drugs, etc. Then for be a mentally healthy person, these tips can be taken into account, like to learn manage how to manage any stress, then get relaxation for particular time, then develop coping skills, be active always, then develop a support system. So all these things will help in being a healthy from mental point of view. In this slide, we can see different types of disease. Different types of disease, some are communicable and some are non-communicable. The disease which can be spreaded or from the infected person to other is known as communicable disease, and the disease which are not communicated from person to person is known as non-communicable disease. Now the communicable disease are having some medium of infection like air, food, water, etc. These are the examples of that. From air, influenza, then food, dysentery, water, typhoid. And non-communicable disease or due to the lifestyle disease, there are different reasons that faulty eating habits or faulty living habits. So these are responsible for different types of disease. At the same time, there are different pathogens which are responsible for various types of disease, like viruses, bacteria, then fungi, protozoa, parasites, protein, then um, uh, different types of worms. They are also responsible for different types of disease. Here we can see these are some list of some diseases which occurs through these. In this slide we can see different common diseases which occurs in human, and the pathogens are the bacterial disease, viral disease, fungal disease, protozoan disease, helminthic disease. So these are the list of some common diseases occurs through bacteria, that is dysentery, plague, diphtheria, cholera, typhoid, pneumonia, etc. Then viral disease, we can see here different types of diseases which occurs through virus. Then fungal disease, athlete foot, candidiasis, ringworms. Then protozoal disease like malaria, amoebiasis, sleeping sickness, kala jar, etc. Helminthic disease like ascariasis, filariasis. So these are common human diseases and for whose the pathogens are responsible. These are the list of bacterial diseases we can see here. In this slide we can see different types of prevention and control method for the diseases which are occurring through different types of vectors. So the vectors like mosquito and other vectors can be controlled by following methods, that is clinical control of the mosquito, biological control by using different types of bacteria, then bacillus thuringiensis, etc. Then environmental control, that is by drainage and the sewage system, making them efficient to eliminate the breeding place of mosquito. Then reduction of non-vector contact by use of mosquito nets, house screens, etc. So all these methods to control the mosquito, because we know that mosquitoes are responsible for various types of disease, protozoal disease, bacterial disease, etc. Now the chemotherapeutic control, which is based upon the mass or selective treatment of the cases by administering DS or use of DEC, medicated salt, in the population exposed to filarial infection, so that we can prevent filaria as well.